Hi, my name is Sazsha. Welcome to the Muthaship. So, I have a few messages from the Divine Masculine Collective. This is a very, kind of soft time, I want to say, where some of the masculines are getting more into that balance between the feminine and masculine polarity. And I like to remind you that as you do the work on yourself and begin to balance out your own polarity, that's greatly going to ease the process for your masculine as well. But this is a time also when I feel a large part of the community of masculines is really working, especially through some maybe cultural wounding, especially in regard to the divine feminine in general. So when the original souls separate in the twin flame dynamic, there is a lot of, for lack of a better terminology, like the sensations of guilt and shame and those deeper emotional woundings just for the separation within the feminine. So as you clear the lifetimes upon lifetimes of these dense energies of shame and separation, and these manifest within our lives in so many different aspects, they call on all kinds of different relationships and opportunities for growth. But this is a time when especially the masculines are perhaps having a deeper awareness, at least at the soul level, of some of their mother wounding and relationships with the feminine in general. As our earth is changing also, this is very relevant because this is happening throughout the collective on the planet. So it's very timely, especially if you've been really working hard on yourself and you're doing your inner work and you're really healing your own wounds. This is very timely that you'll begin to hold that receptive space where your masculine will feel safe. Regardless of the past, this is where you as a divine feminine are able to kind of birth in new circumstances for the entire planet. So it's a very important time. And also this is about as you do your release work, you don't want to bring those deeper emotions of resentment and I told you so and all of that back into your dynamic, because that is not the energy of unconditional love. So if you're feeling some of that energy of like not being ready, it's important to clear that out so that as the masculine begins to awaken and just really gets into that place of being more balanced, that can solidify and crystallize. So I just wanted to pull a few cards and see if there are any messages from the tarot. We have the High Priestess coming out. So again, this is you as a feminine really stepping into your intuition, being grounded in what you know and feel, and avoiding the conflicts, because if you're truly doing your work at that inner level and you are releasing these things, especially on the energetic level, there won't be conflict showing up around you. I do have an empath course also for those of you who are interested. This can really help you to work with your energetic body and really clear those deeper layers of blocks and constrictions of any kind, any limitations that you've either picked up from your cultural circumstances or your DNA or even created for yourself. So if you're interested in that, that's in the description box. But this is really a time and place for stepping fully into your intuition, and when you know, you know. So taking time out to look within is very important right now. Let me see if there are specific messages from the Divine Masculine Collective. anything that wants to be expressed right now. So many of the masculines are trying to remain in control. So this is a part of that cleansing of those inner wounds. Some are holding tightly to not wanting to feel vulnerable. So as you as the divine feminine becomes more vulnerable and makes it okay to go into your own vulnerability and go into your shadow side and do that deep acceptance work, do your soul retrieval. For those of you interested in shamanism, this is very important work right now because this will help to create that safe place. I'm using the word safe, but this is like that space of being very nurturing and compassionate and open and receptive for your masculine to show up however he wants to show up. So allowing that safety to be relevant and present in your own dynamic. There's also, for some of them, there's a lack of cooperation right now. And maybe this is just them battling themselves. You know, we all do that. It's kind of like not wanting to face all of those deeper woundings. This is also for some working on their finances and trying to get their entire world more in order. Not really making an offer forward at this time, not wanting to cooperate because this is very important work. Maybe like creating that dynamic within themselves where things are more cohesive and taking time out for themselves is very important right now. We do have the Tower coming in as well, so many of the masculines are going through enlightening moments where they're seeing what needs to be cleared away and maybe getting a glimpse of what is really been kind of, I'm getting a sensation of like gnawing at their nerves in a sense, like knocking on the door, like vying for their attention so that they can have the awareness of what it is they need to clear out. Many of them are not happy about their financial status and their success, but we live in this world right now that is very controlling and manipulative from outside unseen forces. So this is very natural to feel out of power and out of control in the current state of society. Who has noticed that you're given a number, you're traded as stock? Who has noticed all of the land and property, intellectual and otherwise, has been either taken or written out of existence with the pen? This earth, this planet that we live on, has been treated as real estate. And it's not only happening here on the planet, but it's also happening off planet. Many different eyes and cultures are fixated on our Mother Earth. And it's our responsibility to step up for the earth and to live in harmony with the earth so that there can be a future generation. And also, you're here at this time to be in your sovereignty, to be able to not only stand up for the earth, but stand up for yourself and stand up for your blood. Okay, your blood is very important because you were born with royal blood. And as you take back your own power from, you know, the elite and secret societies and all of that, this will not continue in the future. We've already gone through so many layers of prophecies. You know, we've gone through the repetitions of history 400 years at a time 2,600 years at a time. And it's past time now. Like, not only have we been traded as a number, right? Not only have our lands been taken from us. When I say us, there's very specific groups, especially who are going through that turmoil on a day-to-day basis, living in extreme poverty because of being separated from their lands. And for others of us, we all have a specific role. For others of us, like, maybe it's time to just notice that, you know, we are all elements: earth, air, fire, water. They're already trying to control the air that we breathe. The air is our communication. They're trying to censor the way that we can speak, communicate, interrelate. And also, I feel there's going to be an extreme like control over our water systems as well as our food systems. We've all seen this coming, but it's time to like really get real and stand up against that, because this is our earth, all of our earth. This is all of our mother. You know, we have to come together and unite. So we also have within the collective, we had the King of Cups coming out, reversed. So this is a time to be gentle with oneself as you open up to these deeper layers, because many of the masculines feel disempowered because their strength has been overlooked. And if you haven't noticed, like, many of our cultures have really lost the ceremonies around rites of passage. And these rites of passage, as were given from our elders, no matter what your roots are very important in our society, because that teaches us the spiritual connection that we have with ourselves. That teaches us about who we are at the core level, and honors and helps us to graduate into the next stage. But many of those have been overtaken. There are many powers that be that want to keep us in separation, not only in separation from each other, but like I said, from our earth, from the very food and water that we drink, from the very air that we breathe. You know, this is all around us right now, and it's time. It's time to create that balance within yourself and stand in your true power. So let's see if there are any more messages from the Divine Masculine Collective. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is about, again, that spiritual growth. And for many of you, this is really cultivating that growth within yourself, cultivating that home and hearth. For many, the masculines are very drawn to the feminine right now and kind of looking for their place, you know. We have also the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords reversed. So this is a time of union. This is a time of especially mothers and fathers coming together. Whether you have children or not, this is metaphorical. It's being a mother and a father of the earth, being a mother and a father of a culture. And many are putting down the burdens right now, letting go of that painful confliction. For many of you, this is putting down that betrayal. But we do have a lot of temptation coming out as well, especially for those masculines who are not centered in their own, like, nurturing energy. And this has to do a lot with the mother wounding and the wounding to our very planet, the wounding to our conditions. So especially we as feminine need to rise and rise higher. Not in a way of holding power over others. We have the Page of Wands reversed here. not in a way of sitting back and being idle, but rising up in that nurturing quality of the divine feminine and creating that harmonic space for others to rise up also. Let's get a final message. So we have the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. So this is a time of healing those emotions and not moving oneself forward, but really taking that time to, I'm hearing the word ascertain. So kind of looking at those spaces within the soul that have been a little bit diminished and really uplifting through creativity, expression, art, beauty, harmony, whatever it is that you do, even creating and cultivating friendships, creating this energy to move forward in, as the masculine especially is working on healing this within. Let's get a couple Mystic Heart cards. If you like this deck, it's in the description box. So we had a lot fall out. We have True coming reversed, Top Shelf, Dream, and Royalty reversed. So for some, this is all about understanding how divine you truly are. Some of you are not in the awareness of how divine your blood is, how divine your bloodline. And I don't mean just your earthly line. This is beyond this incarnation. This goes back through many layers of time. Many of us have incarnated time and time again. So this is really understanding. I'm hearing also the word adoption of your lineage. So for some of you, this is actually a mental construct that exists within your mind that needs to be taken maybe apart, or at least observed and taken into your awareness. For some of you, this is about not adopting another belief system, but understanding at the core level, like your own vibration and your own blood is very important to the whole of humanity as you step into your sovereignty and into your power. So adopting a new lineage, if you will. This is kind of about really working within your belief systems and taking apart those things that are false. Because we have True reversed here, this is about not seeing the truth. Okay, some of you are living in a dream, an actual dream. My son asked me the other day, he just turned 5, he asked me, is this a dream? Like, he was trying to understand the matrix that we're in. Is this a dream or is this real? You know? But this is kind of the state I see many in, like looking especially outside, feeling kind of this loss of control and this loss of power, but you truly have all the power within you. It's time to step into that power. You are top shelf. Don't cut yourself short. More and more will unite together. And I've seen this utopia. It's not free from all fear, but it's free from constriction. It's freedom to be yourself, to be able to live, just have basic living rights. And those are your birthrights. So there is no reason for the fear and the propaganda. This is all about standing in your own dream. Okay? Not the one that's been presented to you, but standing in your own dream. Coming full circle in your own self-value and self-worth so that you can claim your sovereignty. Claim the truth.